Good morning, evening, or afternoon, everybody. It's Kaghoe coming at you with another video. So today I wanted to take the time to talk about where Phase 3 has kind of faltered, in my opinion. Just things that are, not really right, and how I would improve them personally. This is just my personal list and sort of some minor grievances and just things that I felt like were a just generally bad player experience. And obviously I'm also providing some solutions at the same time. I'm not just here to complain about things and, like so many people do. But before we get into the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Everything you guys do helps my channel grow, helps me get discovered, and helps me help as many people as possible, which is the entire point of my channel. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the very first thing, and probably the most main feature of Phase 3, was Incursions. Now, I have gone back and forth on Incursions multiple times, whether they're good, they're bad, whatever they are, but ultimately I think they were pretty bad, and for two reasons. One, nothing ever, especially a brand new piece of content, this is really the first thing that they added that was legitimately new content, where it wasn't just a minor event change, right? This was real new zones, completely different. We've never seen it in Classic. We go through a portal and it becomes something completely new, and so those additions to it, it sucks because nothing should ever be best gold per hour, best XP per hour, and a required rep. Though that's the trifecta. If anything is ever all three of those things, then no one else does anything else in the world. They will just straight up go there and they will farm till they hit their rep, till they hit their level, till they hit whatever amount of gold they want. And so having something be that powerful, it absolutely obliterates the open world. I understand the need to make it desirable and to go there and have fun, but they could have done that with just rep, making it the best way to level and the best gold per hour at the same time. Kinda sucks. It really kind of killed the open world, and that always feels bad. Then this is more of a grievance that I have found here on Crusader Strike PvP server, is when you make it a PvE event, right? I believe that when it's advertised that way, I think it should be a sanctuary or have the opt-in and out system for PvP that we saw in STV. I know it's possible. And it's because of the fact that it is that brand new content. It is that awesome thing to go visit and see and discover. And so many people went there. And it just turned into 40 people raids just camping the ramp and really ruined the experience for a lot of people. And having your crown jewel, your big thing for the phase that everyone wants to go and experience, be just completely obliterated by 40-man raid groups camping on a ramp, murdering everyone that goes through. That's just a bad idea, a bad game design, and you can see that it had an impact because they're offering free transfers so people can leave balanced PvP super servers. So it's just, I don't know. I know obviously I'm on a PvP server, and obviously I signed up for that. Of course, I'm not complaining about that aspect of it. I'm complaining about it just being advertised as a PvE event and having the ability to just do that and completely ruin the brand new shiny thing that everyone wants to go and experience no matter what. Just my opinion on that. Obviously, feel free to disagree if you do. Next is Wild Offerings. So, Wild Offerings I thought was a really cool design. I liked the idea of the system, going out there, getting these things. You can get some pre-BIS rewards or close to pre-BIS rewards. That is always a good thing to have options. And it's a pretty decent system because you actually have to go out there and farm the current max level dungeons. I'm not sure how to describe them, but the dungeons at level 50 that you're going to be farming. I think that it is pretty good. That system, I like that a lot. However, I think they should have done more like a badge system that we see in Wrath and TBC, where killing the bosses earns you it, and it doesn't have to be a very specific boss, like killing Princess and then blowing the horn to summon the T-Rex. I think it would be cool if after you do the quest, you do the unlock, you then go and get wild offerings from any boss you kill from those dungeons. Like anyone in BRD, anyone in Maraudon, anyone in Zul'Farrak just drops it, or a select few of them. It doesn't have to be every single boss, but I think you get what I mean by that, because what happened was it created really strange bottlenecks that wasn't really fun gameplay. Like trying to organize 10 people to run into Maraudon at the same time, and everyone clicks the portal, one dude misses the portal and they get killed, then they have to run back, and it's like a 10-minute run back all the way to the Mara portal room. It just created really weird, strange bottlenecks that I didn't think was very good gameplay either. And next is the Dark Moon Fair cards. Since you can buy them with wild offerings, I'm throwing them in here. One, I think their drop rate is a little too low for it being sort of a level 50 thing that you go after and are supposed to get at level 50 in Phase 3, because I don't really see the longevity too much after this phase. I think their drop rate's pretty low, as well as I think it'd be a lot better if the wild offerings had a specific card. Like you could get a Dune card for your Sandstorm trinket from like Ace to 8, like you got a random one of that class instead of just a random one from all of them, because it's really sucks because you can only farm 5 wild offerings every hour, so that's 2 hours for a random chance, and so for 2 hours you get 1 random chance at a card, and you have a 1 in 4 chance of hitting the card that you want, and then even then you could get a duplicate of the set that you want as well. So it just creates a really weird RNG system that I think is too much for seasonal content that is supposed to be at a very accelerated rate. Next, the Epic Quest. I did enjoy the Epic Quest the first time I did it, of course, but it had a lot of flying back and forth between Moonglade, and I don't think anyone wants to spend over an hour just flying back and forth between Moonglade after they've done it once. So even with the Durotar supply logistics, they added bind on account things to help your alts get geared. So it would have been cool to see the Epic Quest patterns be BOA. So like once you do it on one character, you can just buy the pattern recipe and send it to your other character, because the questline, yes, it's awesome and it's great the first time you do it, but after that, just running back and forth between Moonglade and Booty Bay non-stop is kind of weird, and I don't really think that it has much like, oh, this is awesome the second time you do it. It just kind of is like meh. Then Sunken Temple, I think it, after, raiding with it and having 20 people, and especially this week, this is where this comes from, Kata Classic pre-patch came out, and my guild just, we didn't have 20 people, we only had like 13 people that wanted to raid. A lot of people wanted to play Kata pre-patch as well, and so I feel like it should still be a 10-man raid. I see a lot of pugs always struggling in trade chat to fill their raids. I see a lot of guilds struggling to fill their raids. I think at level 50 for a level up raid and the difficulty that they're at, I definitely think it should still be 10-man, and I think that system worked really well for Phase 1 and Phase 2. I'm personally undecided if it should be a 3-day lockout with less loot or a 1-week lockout with more loot. That doesn't really affect me because I can play whenever I need to. But for you guys who are rather more casual, I would love to hear what you think about that. If you like the 1 week or the 3-day better, like I said, it doesn't really affect me all that much. So just would like to hear what you guys have to say about that. Then finally, I will say one thing that they really did good was runes. I enjoyed the runes and gathering them. They felt unique. They felt sort of like class-based, much better than the Phase 2 runes that they did. A lot of those were sort of streamlined and copy pasta. I really enjoyed the runes. The only one that I thought was horrible was the Leyline rune, and I was a mage even, so I thought it was terrible just relying on such low RNG. Warlocks also having to do it, and then priests and paladins just being at the mercy of a mage or a warlock to go out, farm that, and be altruistic to help them. It just kind of really sucked. I think that's a terrible design. You shouldn't have to rely on another class to get your rune. It's just really bad. I do like some of the runes where like you can group up and go get them. That is fine. But relying on a specific class to go out and do something and then you're just there at their mercy, I think that's a terrible game design. But anyway, guys, that is it for where I think Phase 3 has faltered. I would love to hear what you guys think of all these things: the Incursions, Wild Offerings, the Epic Quest, and the Sunken Temple Raid, as well as the runes. Definitely let me know what you guys think, and obviously if you disagree, tell me why. Don't just be like, you're an idiot, I hate that. I like to hear your actual thought-out opinion. So anyway, I truly hope you have a good day, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. It truly means a lot to me. If you happen to find anyone that you know would also benefit from watching this video, please share it with them. It helps me out a ton and allows me to keep doing what I love every single day, and that is gaming and sort of helping people any way that I can. So finally, thank you so much, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Goodbye.